Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Supremacy webinar. I can't recall the last time we had some cool webinars. Oh yeah, we were doing some webinars about a few weeks ago, I guess. We were more focused on the 100K shout out, which we've been following along with still. I've been talking to Jay. I'm actually talking to Jay right now, and kind of keeping tabs on how that's going, and appreciate everybody that jumped in on that with us. I know it's going great over there, according to Jay. We do have the masterminds all coming up next week in Barcelona. So if you did get in on the 100K promo, we're going to go to Barcelona next week. And we're going to spend a day with just me and Corey. And then there's a couple of days with Chris and Jay. And then Friday, we're having a big adventure day. And we're going to go out and do some cool things that Corey and his wife have planned for us since they know the area very, very well. They travel the world, basically. They're in a different country every 30 days. And Barcelona is one of their favorites. That's actually the spot where they got married about 3 years ago. So it's going to be a really cool event. I'll be there for a full week because at the end of the week, on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, there's also basically internet marketing get together where a lot of the guys in the space get together and talk about what's going on and what they're doing to make moves and make waves. So that's coming up next week. But today we are just going to do Ask Us Anything kind of deal. We do these every now and then. And Herc's here. And Herc, can you say hello?
Yep. Hi, everybody.
All right, Herc. Well, Herc's gonna, kind of go over some things here that are new on Supremacy Digital, as well as other few other things that we have on the agenda that's coming up. And as always, you guys have any questions, just pop them in the box, and we will let this run until we don't see any more questions, until everyone starts, kind of getting everything answered. There's not a whole lot of people on here, so it's really going to be up to each and every one of you that can hear my voice right now to go ahead and ask a question. Doesn't matter what it's about. Be about anything, any of our products, and we'll dive right into it. So that being said, Herc, the show is yours.
Okay. Gonna start with housekeeping once again, guys. I know it gets boring and repetitive to hear it every time, but for the new people on the webinar, obviously it's important. So number one, supremacy.digital/events. This is the list of, that link just went out to you guys. This is the link of our upcoming webinars and any events and stuff like that. You can always check here to see what's coming, when it's coming. If we update any webinars, we'll notify you here as well. If you're not registered for the webinars, you can click register and register here. Now, replays. All replays of all webinars are found in the members area of Supremacy Digital as well, which if you don't have an account, it is free to join. Just go to supremacy.digital, click on any of the boxes to join. Members get access to all our free courses, all our replays for all products. Plus, whenever we run guest webinars with other people, we put those replays inside your members area as well. So let me show you that. We're going to go inside the members area. Okay, and right here under webinars, we have it subdivided into two main areas. When this page loads and my internet speeds up. Okay, we have Supremacy webinars, which are webinars for us and our tools. Okay, so Supremacy Digital webinar, which are on PSV3, Pixel Scout, SurfTech, Keyword Supremacy. You can watch all the replays for those there. Okay, and that's where we'll upload our replays. And a lot of you guys probably already know this as well. It is a keyword searchable database. So because we have hours and hours and hours of replays, rather than make you guys search through hours and hours and hours of replays, all you have to do is come into this area. And then when this is done loading, there'll be a box here where you can type in a specific keyword to find, the point in the webinar where we were talking about that particular topic. So if you want to learn about PBNs, you can just type in PBN and you'll see that, or you can learn about project planner, whatever. Okay, it's keyword searchable vault of our webinar replays, and then you just have to click on the link. I like to open things in a new window, and it takes you right over to YouTube and starts you at the point in the webinar where we're talking about this specific topic. Okay, so that's all there. Guest webinars has gotten an update to include our most recent webinars as well. Okay, so these are all the last guys that we've done webinars with. And these offers, a lot of them are still live, but please read the pricing disclaimers. When we hold a webinar with another guy, it's typically because they're selling a strategy or a course or software. And we always offer the absolute best deals early on in the webinars, and they slowly rise in price over the course of the webinar. But if you're watching any of these and you want the tool, please know that you're not going to get the offer that was spoken about on the webinar. You're going to pay closer to full price. We will still try and get you coupons for stuff like this, but they're all still there. There's still great information on a lot of them, so they're worth watching. Instead of one night, if you can't find anything on Netflix to watch, just come in here, watch Chris Winters teach about pay-per-call, or watch John Limbacher talk about a traffic signals network, anything like that. That's all there. And then, of course, the courses that we have. We are still trying to get more people to add more courses, case studies, stuff like that into the members area. But there's a lot of great information you can learn. You can watch our 8-week local rank and rent training, or local coaching, rank and rent method, Facebook ad consulting, stuff like that. So that's all in your members area. And it is free to join. And I won't talk about it here, but definitely click on the Make Money link and see what that's about. Okay. All I'll say is this. We write, or we have written, and we're going to continue to write really great blog posts about our tools, about other people's stuff. And oftentimes those blog posts will have affiliate links in them. For instance, if I go to the blog, the last one I wrote was about keyword research, A versus B keyword research, or the 100K shout out launch. That was a $2 million launch, and Todd and I placed 4th on the JD leaderboard, and we talked about everything that we did in order to do that. So a lot of the tools we use, how we run a launch, is if you guys ever want to get an inside look into what goes on into planning a webinar, screwing up a promotion, and then saving ourselves. You can come and read this, but here's the thing I'm talking about with the Make Money link. You could actually share this blog post with your own referral link, and what we'll do is we'll replace all the affiliate links that are on this blog post with your affiliate links. So I won't go into detail about that. If you want to learn about that, go into your members area, click on the Make Money link, and you can learn about that. So next, I'll just cover some of the updates that are coming to some of the tools. Project Supremacy V3. One of the things that we're going to add and kind of move is our redirects feature. So what our redirects feature is, guys, is it's a 301 automatic 301 creation tool. Meaning, if you have a blog post or a page on your site and you change the URL, by default, WordPress doesn't do anything about that. If people try to visit the URL after you change it, they just get a 404 page. Unless you specify some sort of 301 redirection, whether it be through a plugin or through HT Access. Well, we have the feature built in that can automatically create that 301 for you. Okay, that feature is, you can turn it on or off. I'll just show you that quickly. Let me go into Project Supremacy and then settings. Okay, so right here where it says disable automatic redirects, you can turn it off. Okay, you can say yes, that'll disable it, or no, turn it on. I have it on by default so that automatically whenever I make a page change to the URL, it creates a 301 redirect. Why is that beneficial? Well, if this old page, JSON LD schema generator, had I been building links to it and then I changed the URL, nothing happens. It goes to a 404 page. All those links become worthless. But with a 301, it tells Google, hey, this page has moved from here to here. We keep all the link juice intact. The other thing that's nice about the redirects and some of the updates that are coming is if you guys do anything like buy old money sites and you look at like Ahrefs or Majestic for all the old pages that used to have power from other links, you can actually redirect those old pages, even if they have crazy extensions like ASP, Perl, which is .pl, SHTML, HTML, all those crazy older extensions. We support redirecting those to new pages. So for instance, if you build a PBN that has, a certain page that has a lot of power, well, you might want to take advantage of the 301 and redirect that to your home page or redirect it to another page or anything you like. And then In an affiliate setting, if you buy like an old domain and you want to keep those pages and point them somewhere else, you can do that. But this redirect section is actually moving into a new menu item. It's going to be called 301 404 because we're building a new feature to automatically collect 404 information. So it'll log any 404 visits on your page, tell you what URL on your site 404, who, what was the referring URL that sent to the 404. And then we can automatically create 301 redirects so that you're capturing lost traffic through your 404 monitoring. I'll see if I have we just sent our developer it's a wireframe, like this is what it should look like basically. Oh yeah, here we go. So if I zoom in, you can see there's a new this is just a picture. This is what I designed for him to use. So 301 and 404 management, you'll have a 301 redirects tab here, and then you'll have a 404 monitor tab over here. And what that'll kind of look like is this, where if you're on the 404 monitor tab, it says, look, this URL had a 404. How many hits is it getting? When did it first detect the 404? Who's the referrer? And then we'll have actions where it's like, do you want to create a 301 redirect of this URL? Since you're getting traffic to it, and it's probably a good signal to Google to redirect that traffic to a page that's useful. So that's an update that's coming to keywords or Project Supremacy. Alex says it does the same as a regular 404 redirect plugin. Well, a little bit of a hybrid maybe. The 404 monitor is really the general idea right now is to, number one, log the 404s that are happening on your sites. Okay. Then number two, we'll have an option to set up, do you want to automatically, every time we see a 404, redirect it to a specific page, or do you want to set up a specific redirect for a specific URL? So for instance, you can see in this example, there's quite a few 404s, so we would have a couple options: redirect all 404s to a specific page, or individually assign 404s to specific pages as they're coming up. So if that's what you mean, Alex, that's how it's kind of going to work eventually. We're not sure the timeline on this, but this is getting built. The other updates is Keyword Supremacy. Our keyword research tool is getting massive updates as we speak. So I'm not going to talk too much about it right now. What I will say is that we are going to hold a webinar specific to the updates on Keyword Supremacy, because it's so massive, the amount of work that's being done in Keyword Supremacy. We're going to hold a webinar just to explain every update, and then we're going to offer you guys a really smoking deal for being our existing customers to get like kind of that grandfathered pricing into it. There's a whole bunch of new features. I know there's a lot of you that already have a lot of credits from past versions of Keyword Supremacy or past promotions. One thing you don't have to worry about is we're not going to take anything away from you. We are going to offer some new stuff, but we're going to give you guys the best deal. But we'll have a webinar about that, and we'll email for it. So other than that, I think that's about it for updates. So what I'll do now, guys, is open it up to Q&A. I see there's already some in there, and then I'll just go through the Q&As, and when I'm done answering all your guys' questions, we'll move on. Now, what questions can you ask? Really anything here, guys. This is a wide open format, ask me anything kind of thing. So if you want to ask about our tools, go ahead. If you want to ask about strategies, go ahead. If you want to talk about other people, let's keep it nice, but go ahead. So we'll get started here. So Walt says, what tools and techniques are working today for phone verified accounts that don't get suspended? I don't think I can answer that. I don't know if you're talking about GMBs or just like, what are you using the phone verified accounts for? You might have to expand on that question a bit, but I don't really use, I don't really do a lot with maps. I think, I know Brian Willey does a lot with maps, and he has a whole new massive course that he's just releasing. It's brand new information. That guy's a baller when it comes to maps. We might be running that to you guys after the keyword supremacy thing. We're not 100% sure yet. Bill, what is the best tool to discover the keywords being promoted on an existing website? Does keyword supremacy do this? Yes, it does. That's one of the new feature updates, so I will show it since you asked it. So I'm going to go into keyword supremacy. And I'm just going to like specify your words a bit, what keywords are being promoted on an existing website. We're not going to really show you that. We'll show you what keywords are ranking for specific websites, if that's what you mean by promoting. But as far as like promoting on like maybe AdWords or something like that, we don't have that data yet. I believe we can get it, but one of the updates we made is this domain tab. Okay, so what we can do, hey Bill, give me a domain name that you want to spy on. This could be your own domain, this could be your competitor's domain. This can be you looking for certain keywords. Let's say you have a website that's in the weight loss niche, maybe keto or some specific diet, and you're just looking for new keywords. You can look up your competitors from Google on that. So like, let's actually just give an example. So let's say, okay, Fraser braces, Bill says, let's take him, see how he's doing. Let's see if I got this right. So this guy, so maybe he's one of your local competitors, maybe he's a client of yours, maybe he's, this is your own site that you're doing lead gen on, and you want to see if you have any keywords that are ranking that you may not even know about, or any of those situations. What you would do is take the domain over to keyword supremacy, okay, click on the domain tab, put in the URL and click search, okay, and it'll deduct a credit from your account to perform this search, and then it'll go analyze that domain and try to find all the keywords that they're ranking for, and then give you a bunch of information about it. So this particular guy, we found 74 results on, okay, and let's take a look at them. So number one, we can sort by, so this is the position that he's ranking. So this is the keyword, Dr. Fraser DDS. This is the position he's ranking. This is the search volume of that keyword. We have a couple more, estimated traffic value and the traffic cost. The traffic value is what it's worth, like based on the AdWords CPC. And then the traffic cost is multiplying the amount of traffic you get by the estimate, by the CPC. So we could sort by position. So he's got a lot of number one ranking keywords, or we can say, okay, what's this guy ranking for that has a lot of search volume? And then you would just do a sort by search volume. So you can see he's ranking number 76 for picture braces with a search volume of 1,300. Let's see if he's got any baller stuff. This one's not bad, 210 searches a month. He's in number 2 for orthodontist Santa Rosa. Stuff like that. So and the cost per click of the keyword as well. So if it's people are spending money on it. So that domain function is new. It's one of the upgrades to the keyword supremacy account, and that's kind of what that feature does. We can also look up if the domain is available for the keyword by clicking this button. Like if you like that specific keyword, you could say, you know, is that domain available? You could set your extensions, like this one would be picture braces. I like .com, .net, .org, and .ca because I'm in Canada. So I set the tool to check those for me. And it does take a little bit. We're going to work on the speed of this, but it'll check if the domain is available for you to register. And then if you want to register it, it'll take you right over to the registration. We can also look at trends data, some of the other updates that are coming. I'm going to just cancel that because it's slow. We can take these keywords like picture braces, since it has 1,300 searches a month. Well, maybe you want to dig a little deeper. So what we can do is put that back into Google. And what it'll do is take the keyword, put it into the Google suggest, and then come back with 360 suggestions of keywords where the first 2 words are going to be picture braces. So there's a lot of cyclical search in keyword supremacy to find really cool keywords. Okay, so this is what it does. It searches the A to Z. And then what you do is you spend a credit to get all the metrics for all those picture braces keywords. and then you might be able to find even more stuff. Now that works really cool because if this guy is a client of yours, or it's a rank and rent or lead gen site of yours, there might be a lot of opportunities to rank for more keywords than you even knew that you needed. So we'll go to queued searches. I hope I clicked the button. Here we go. So picture braces, it's analyzing. It found 102 keywords and it's analyzing them right now. I'll try one more time. It's usually pretty quick, less than a minute usually. But of course I'm on a webinar, so things are gonna go weird. Well, we'll just let that run and then I'll come back to it. I'll go answer the next question. We'll come back to it. Randy says, is the indexed, not indexed check tab working on PSV3? Many of my sites are showing up as not indexed when I know they are. Yeah, that's a bit buggy. I'm not sure why. We do check that every 24 hours. I'm the same though. I find that the tool, we check through proxies as well. So sometimes we might hit a dead proxy when it checks. And that
Yeah, I was going to mention that over the last week or so, we have had a little bit of a proxy issue going on in the background, and we're adding some more resources there. Actually, had a conversation with some of the team today. It's guys, it's not real sure what's happening there. It's been working fine for years, and then all of a sudden, the software, whenever we added a lot more our new IPs to the system, for some reason, kind of went wonky on us, and it appears to be intermittent, so to speak. So we're working on that right now. We're going to bring up some new hardware and some new software, latest and greatest versions of Dante and a few other pieces of software, adding in some more IPs and try to get that a little more stable. I do apologize for that, though.
Yeah, and there's an example of it. This one right now, it's showing Lollipop Lustkill as not indexed, but when we manually check it in Google, it is indexed, so it's reporting a false negative. That was Lollipop Lustkill. Here's another one. PSB NetBank is indexed. So yeah, these are not working 100% right now. We are aware of it. We are working on the like Todd said, they are working on the background. So hopefully that answers your question, Randy.
Yeah, give me to the end of this week. I'll have an update on that in a couple of days.
Yeah, and we'll check into the process of this too. If that is going, I'm not even 100% sure if that is going through proxies. I believe it is. It's a smarter way to do things. We don't want to keep hitting Google from the same IP, that's for sure.
Yeah, it would have to. And the reason why it's coming back reporting not indexed is just because it's not getting there. And then it's returning, not good. And we don't have a status for that exactly, but I do know that's what it is.
Walt says the Spider Spanker is still an important tool to install on your sites. Yeah, the biggest reason I think for me, at least to having Spider Spanker installed on the sites is one of the reasons obviously is to hide from the big crawlers like Majestic and Ahrefs. So you're making it harder for people to analyze your money sites and where the links are coming from. You're hiding those links from people when they're checking your money sites. But the other thing is being able to, like if people were to click on the PBNs that I own, hiding the actual PBN from them so they can't even see what's on the PBN. So you're kind of hiding the front end and the back end with Spider Spankers. So yeah, if you're running a PBN, it's still an amazing tool to hide from both ends, which is hugely important to protect your PBNs because they're a massive investment of both money and time. And you definitely want to be taking the steps that are necessary to protect yourself on both ends. Christopher Zach, have there been any updates to Pixel Scouts since the training webinars? Nothing yet. We kind of moved our focus. Once it was running stable, we moved our focus back over to keyword supremacy. That's where a lot of our focus has been. We do have a limited team and time, so we kind of prioritize things like, Pixel Scout's working fine right now, so let's go update keyword supremacy. And this is what you're seeing here isn't even what it's going to look like when it's done. It's having a whole new interface. Actually, I can show you kind of some of the changes. I don't want to go too much into this because I want the webinar to do it, but yeah, like a reorganization of tabs, a reorganization of the menu. We were just putting things in a smarter order, like your dashboard, like stuff pertaining to your account. The keyword searches, global database is another big one. This is huge. Global database, what the intention of this is when you guys are doing searches, and not just you guys, but all of the members of Keyword Supremacy, when they're out there searching for keywords, we're storing that data in a big master database. So that database is actually always growing, always getting bigger. And we're going to be offering access to anyone that wants to search the global database rather than searching for new ideas. You can search for like the past database, but the database is huge. You can see over 500 million keywords are in it, which is awesome because if you have an idea, like say you want to search, the golf niche for keywords, you can just type in the word golf and processing 500 million keywords. There's 192,000 keywords with golf in it, and then from there you can filter by like, okay, well, I only want to see keywords with, between 7,000 and 10,000 searches a month because it's kind of a sweet spot. Maybe you want your cost per click to be over $5, so you kind of bump that up, and then you can filter by competition as well. And then you can see there's like 73,000 keywords there. So the global database, the nice thing about it is as users are searching the regular functions of Keyword Supremacy, like I call them the front end functions, like searching for keywords in Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, question database related, similar, and domain. We're adding all the keywords that every user finds to that global database. And at first I was like, well, I want access to that global database as an administrator and creator of the program. But then I was like, wow, I bet you other people would really want access to that too. So we are going to be selling access to that global database. And the nice thing about it is, number one, it's always going to be growing based on people that are doing front end searches. And number two, it won't cost any credits to use. You just have access to all 500 million plus keywords and all the data that come with them, with all the same search, filter, sort functions. So that's going to be coming up. Grant says, I don't have the Keyword Supremacy tool. Can you give a brief overview on how it compares to the other keyword tools out there? Well, number one, go to keywordsupremacy.com and sign up. It's free to sign up. We'll give you 10 credits that you can use. Credits basically just get you metrics for the keywords that you're searching for, like the search volume from Google AdWords, the competition, and the cost per click, the AdWords cost per click. That's what the metrics are for. The keyword suggestions are free. So if you're just looking for keywords in the lose weight niche, you just type in lose weight and it'll give you a bunch of keyword ideas. But when you want the metrics for the keyword ideas, that's where you're digging through what's valuable and what's not. That's what's going to cost the credits. And the thing that's different about Keyword Supremacy versus a lot of the other keyword research tools is basically methodology. It's based on methods that I've been doing over a lot of years. So Google, Yahoo, YouTube, and local. Actually, just Google, Yahoo, YouTube, and then Amazon, eBay, and Alibaba. What we're doing is we're grabbing the suggestions from those databases and then applying the metrics to them. We also built in wildcards so that you can do things like this. So for instance, in the lose weight niche, we'll go in Google, we'll go grab the 360 suggestions as if we were actually in Google doing this. And I know other tools have the suggest functions, but this is just the start. So, if you type in lose weight, they'll give you 10 suggestions. My computer is just kind of slow right now. Sorry, guys. Lose weight. Okay, so there's the 10 suggestions. But then if you type in the letter A, you get 10. And then if you type in the letter B, you get 10. C, you get 10, et cetera, et cetera. So we grab them all. Okay, we automate grabbing them all. And then we'll give you the metrics. But then we introduced a function called wildcards, right? So instead of getting just 10 suggestions that start with the letter A, we can go a lot deeper than that. So we built a wildcard function where you go A%, right? Start the third word with the letter A and then do the A to Z suggest. So if I search that, all 360 suggestions will be lose weight, and the words will start with the letter A, all 360. And if you do that through A to Z and then add in also 0 to 9, the digits, it's over 12,000 keywords that you can get in the lose weight niche, which is crazy because, I mean, it's freaking insane because that's just lose weight. That's just one keyword that can expand into 12,000 keywords. But if we were to do lose weight in belly, we can do 12,000 keywords just for that keyword. So it becomes really exponential. Keyword research from a lot of other tools is basically you put in a keyword and it'll spit out a bunch of suggestions, and that's kind of where it ends. So what we're trying to do is push the envelope on the strategies that are needed to really get you getting keywords that are outside of the box of what's taught out there and what our tools are out there. So that's, I think, the main difference is the strategies. The other thing we can do is go to the related and similar and domain. So like if I wanted to find more keywords in the lose weight niche, I could go to the related, which is a lot like other keyword tools where you put in a keyword and it tells you a bunch of related keywords, right? But the auto suggest is just, it's freaking massive. It's so powerful. So if I put in lose weight, what that will do is if I was to do the lose weight in Google, okay, and I scroll down to the bottom, they always have the related keywords, searches related to lose weight. So it'll grab these 8 keywords plus all the metrics. Then it'll click on this one. Okay, I'm going to open this in a new window. Okay, this is called level 2. There's 8 more. It'll grab these. Then level 3, it clicks on this one, then grabs the next 8, and it does it 4 levels deep, right? And then you end up, when it's done, with a bunch of related keywords to lose weight. Similar the similar tab. God, I'm almost doing a webinar right now. The similar tab just make sure that the word lose weight is in there, and then it grabs similar and related keywords to that. So I mean, the short answer to your question is the difference between the tool is the strategies that it uses to find keywords. We're trying to be a lot different than other keyword tools, give you more options and make it easier on you to think less. Actually, with keyword supremacy, I can almost 100% guarantee that I can find you a keyword in any niche. Doesn't matter how big or how small or how hard the niche is, I can find you a keyword that has good traffic and search volume, and that's easy to rank for because of the methodology that we use to find these keywords. And that's kind of where we're trying to differentiate ourselves with the tool. The other big difference is that we are credit-based, meaning with like Ahrefs tool or Longtail Pro, you have to sign up to a monthly retainer. And regardless of how much you search, they're going to charge you that money anyways. Well, with us, it's based on credit. So it's back like in the old arcade days. You put in a quarter, you play a game. You put in a quarter, you play a game. Until you run out of quarters, you can keep playing. The same thing with keyword supremacy. You buy a bunch of credits, and until you run out of credits, you can keep searching. And those credits don't expire. So our pricing policy is a lot more fair than other tools. You just buy what you need and you use it until you're out of it. You also get to keep your results. If you spend the credit to get results, we'll report the results back to you, okay? And those will stay in your own personal database where you'll always have access to them, right? So you'll always have that stuff. So when you're spending your credits, don't think of it as like, oh, I spent that credit, it's gone. Nope. You spent that credit to get the metrics, and we're going to continue to give you those metrics in your reporting. You can also download them. So there's a few ways that we're a little bit different, Grant. Hopefully that answers your question. Walt, will the global database be a frozen in time snapshot of results when the original search was submitted and or refreshed with the latest data? Great question. Both, neither. Okay. If it's frozen, will you include the date of the data? So yes, we'll include the date of when the keyword was first originated. We will refresh keywords that are researched. So say, for instance, this keyword is in the global database, which it is now, how to tie a tie. If someone searches it again and it's in the global database, it'll report the data that it found in the database. But we'll also, if it's over 30 days old and it gets searched again, we'll refresh that data to 30 days newer. But another step further is every 3 months, we're going to refresh the entire database. So it's going to be pretty fresh data. We're not going to let it get out of 6-7 year old data. So it'll be pretty fresh, well, in a lot of ways. 30 days if it's researched, and every 3 months if it's not, I guess is the short answer. Alex says, I must have the pro version and it did not block the bad bots. Is this a difference to Nuke? Todd, you can come on and explain that. He asked, I see there's a related question. What's the difference of the pro and the other version of Spider Spanker? Get Nuke. Richard, what I like about this is those same keywords and schema results I can also apply to videos, not just for websites. Another way to drive traffic to a site or page. Not sure what you're talking about, schema results, like keywords. Yeah, I'm sure you're talking about keyword supremacy, Richard, but I'm not sure what you're meaning. How accurate is the domain keyword analysis tool? I just tried it out on a site that I know has several page 1 rankings on Google, but the answer that comes up in keyword supremacy is that it's empty, no keywords found. Well, I mean, no tool is perfect. I mean, there's no way that, except for Google themselves, there's no way that we could tell you 100% of the keywords that every domain is ranking for. I mean, that's just impossible. It's decent. Like I haven't had it not find any keywords from a domain, but I can't say with 100% guarantee that you're going to find every keyword. That's just so impossible. Let me show you a couple of the ones we do have. The idea too with that domain was initially to help you find more keywords that you might not have been thinking of by looking at your competitors, right? So like MVM, TM watches. I think I did a watch example. So like a watch affiliate site that sells expensive watches. It found 1,000 on that result. There's no way of saying until you run it how good it's going to be and how, I mean, we just do the process, right? What it finds in the results is up to what it finds. So I'm not really sure how to answer that question. Yeah, 100%, Robert. It's never going to be 100% correct results. We can't achieve that. The only one that could achieve that really is Google themselves. And Google doesn't give that kind of data away very easily. Yeah, it's a good indication. And like I said, the initial intention of creating the domain tab was to help you find more keywords that you want to rank for by looking at your competitors, but also maybe when you run your own sites, finding keywords that you didn't know you were ranking for. And if they're in like the 20 or 30 results in Google, maybe re-optimizing your pages. Like if you find it has a lot of search volume and you're on page 30, well, maybe it's an opportunity as well to optimize your page a little more aggressively for those keywords when you're looking at your own domains. I think I have an example of one here. Like I thought I had pool resurfacing. Let's look. Yeah, there it is. So this is like an example site that I built that's in Supremacy Digital. I taught everyone how I rank for these. So like, let's see how many keywords. So it says it found 44 keywords that it's ranking for, and I didn't know about all 44 of those keywords. So stuff like pool refinishing, I never even intended to target pool refinishing, but I'm ranking number 11 for it. It's a local site in Phoenix, so it's only got 10 searches a month, but I could easily bump that up, okay, to the first page by optimizing a little bit stronger on that page for the word refinishing, or creating a new page that focuses on the word refinishing. The other thing I can do is organize by search volume. Okay, so pool resurfacing, pool cleaning. Obviously, I'm targeting cleaning on its own page. I'm ranking number 25, so I'm not doing a good enough job there. Let's go down. Pool repair, pool repair, pool repair, pool repair. Repairs is another one. It's a subgroup. What my main keyword was pool resurfacing Phoenix. That's the domain name. You can see I'm ranking number 4 for that. But that's also, once again, even the position data is not 100% accurate. And that's because, remember, Google has so many locations. They base results based on your locations. Like if I go to Google, and even if I put in a no country redirect hyphenation on there, and I look up that keyword pool resurfacing Phoenix, I usually see it ranking number 1. The tool's reporting it number 4, and people will be like, oh, well, that tool's not accurate. And no keyword tool is 100% accurate, because you have to remember you're in a different location than most keyword tools are searching from. So it's hard to get really accurate. Yeah, there you go. It's number 1 here. Nothing is 100% accurate. It's guidelines. It's like general guidelines, right? And I think that applies for all tools. But back to my initial idea here, Arizona pool repair. I wasn't targeting. That's 140 searches a month. That's more of a state than a city, which is great. And I'm ranking number 42. So I could possibly be targeting better for that, or building more links for these type of keywords. So that's what the intention of the domain was. Couple, find keywords from your competitors that you want to target on your own page, find keywords that you're not ranking for, or that you are ranking for, but maybe not as good as you'd hoped, and help you optimize. The other thing that we're doing with that, another new feature, God, I'm just doing a full on keyword sprint webinar, is the top analysis. The competitor analysis is a very new feature. It's not done yet. The idea of this is, do you guys know what Page Optimizer Pro and Cora are? They're basically like on-page optimization tools that look at the top results in Google and then kind of aggregate that data and compare it against your page that you're trying to rank for. That's what this tool is going to do. So for instance, like if I want to look at printer repair Vancouver as a keyword, it'll say, well, here's the top 10 for that keyword, right? Thumbtack, Payless, GoGoGeek, Digital Laser. And then what it does is it gives you a bunch of on-page optimization elements. So you can see if I go here to select more columns, these are the data that we're pulling in, but I can also look at the duplicated meta descriptions, tags, favicons, robots, broken links, external links, internal meta descriptions, if they're empty or not, keywords if they're empty, all these on-page factors. Okay, we can put into this report and display it and then aggregate it and say, you know, on the top 10, you know, the typical title length is this, the typical description length is this, and then compare it against your URL so that you can say, you know, I'm either surplus or in a deficit of those elements. So it's a top 10 domain analysis with, I think, like 40 on-page factors, and then aggregating up that all. And this part isn't done yet. It's a ton of work. It's still being built, but it's going to help you guys do like the Pop or Cora style analysis for specific keywords. I'm at the bottom of the questions here, guys. Anybody else with the questions about anything at all? A lot of keyword stuff today, but it's because there's lots to talk about there. It's upcoming and coming out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be super awesome. Richard said, thanks for the Webby. Grant says, thanks for your time. Good info. Alex, if it's really anything, here you go. General question you heard. Why do you do what you do? Software development, and not exclusively for SEO clients. I conclude that software development overall is much more profitable. I kind of ended up in software development. It was never an intention of mine. Like you guys, a lot of you have heard my story. Where I started way back was in building like little AdSense sites and affiliate sites. And then I kind of got good at that. I think I was getting upwards of like, you know, $1,000 to $2,000 a month from like 5-6 sites. And I built all kinds of them. Most of them failed, but the ones that worked really well. And then I started attending live events and just kind of got convinced, look, if you know how to do search engine optimization and you're good at it, you should really do it for other companies because they have no idea what they're doing, but they're willing to pay big bucks for it. So I moved into an SEO agency. And then from SEO agency, I realized, well, now I have like all these bosses, like clients I look at, they're not really clients, they're bosses, they're mini bosses because they're paying you, right, to perform your service. So now they're in essence your boss. And I realized, oh, I don't really love having clients because now I have a lot of bosses that I need to answer to, especially in the SEO space. I found it a little bit aggravating because SEO is hard and it takes time. So what happened there is I looked at my big problems. Okay, I'm making more money as an SEO agency. I have more bosses now, and it takes more time. It's kind of hard to sell because I can't promise anyone results. I took all the problems of owning an SEO agency, and that's when I started Rank and Rent. And I was like, all right, well, what if I went and kind of pre-selected the keywords, built the website, ranked them in Google, and then approached clients at that point and said, look, I just want to rent you the site. You can have all the leads, one bill, 1 month, you know. And that was way easier because the result was easier to sell because it was already there. I'd be like, I could show a client, look, I'm already ranking for all these keywords for your company in your city. You know, do you want to rent the site? Open a negotiation. And then they ultimately left me alone as long as their phone was ringing from the site. And then from there, that's how I moved into software development because a lot of the processes that I was using in search engine optimization, especially the on-page optimization, I used to use spreadsheets to create. Let me open this over here. Share too many things. So I used to do spreadsheets to like optimize my pages. Like I'd be like, okay, I want to build a website and I want to optimize, you know, each page for a certain amount of keywords. So I would create a spreadsheet and do it. And then I realized I'll show you the spreadsheet. And then I realized through creating a spreadsheet that this could be automated and it could be tied into software. So this is kind of what it looked like. You know, this is what I would do. I built this site and I'm like, all right, the home page is, I want to rank for these keywords, and then I'm going to create another. I would go do a bunch of keyword research because I got better at ranking for one keyword to many keywords on a site. I realized you can rank for multiple keywords per page and you can have as many pages as you want. I used to just try and rank for one keyword per site. This is kind of the flow. So I'm a very organized person. I have very high levels of OCD. So then I'd be like, okay, I need a spreadsheet that kind of looks and acts nice. So I'd go do keyword research and start organizing keywords into different pages, planning out different pages. And then that created Project Supremacy version 1. And then I met Todd at a live event, showed him that. And then version 2 became alive. And then it sold really well and people were loving it. And then, yeah, it easily replaced my income from Rank and Rent and SEO optimization. And then Todd and I started a company that we worked well together and cool stuff kept coming. And I just stayed in software development with Todd and replaced all my old stuff just to focus on software development. And then we had so many ideas and stuff that we developed a lot of software products that everything that I used to do, I no longer really do. But I am going to come back. I'm going to hire a little team to help me start building out little affiliate sites again and rank and rents and stuff like that, and do both. Like we still got software development, but I am going to go back. It's nice for you guys too when I'm actually on the ground doing things, because then I can share a lot of my results and what I've been doing that's working. That's kind of suffered in the last few years because I've been 100% focused on just developing software rather than ranking sites. But when I was back ranking sites and stuff and sharing data with people, they were absolutely loving it, and lots of case studies, lots of results. So I do want to get back to that. The release date for the new keyword supremacy tool. We are going to do a webinar on Thursday, a highly detailed webinar of every feature and every upgrade, and offering you guys early access into the new features that are really a good deal. It is going to be a sales webinar. I will tell you that up front, guys. We will sell access to it, but just so you guys know, whenever we do updates to or big upgrades to software, you guys will get 100% by far the best deal because you're existing customers of ours. So we always work backwards when we price things. We're like, okay, what do we want to price this for if we were selling it to the public? And then we say that the step before that is the public launch. We're going to make it a little bit cheaper for the public launch. And then before the public launch is kind of where we offer it to you guys. Our own customers are going to get a deal, so it's going to be cheaper than that. So it's going to come on Thursday, but we're going to continue updating the tool as well. There's a lot of work that's going into it to update everything. Rob says, I'm having so much fun with keyword supremacy. You know what, man? Ever since we did the big update and got rid of SEMrush and tied into AdWords data again, yeah, it's been like, it's so freaking awesome now. Like, I honestly, if I had a team of people to build sites, I'd be building a new site and a new niche every week because I'm finding that many keywords. In my entire career of keyword research, where keyword supremacy is at right now, I've never found that many keywords that fast and that easy. I remember hitting points in my keyword research, back in the day when I was doing it for clients or for affiliate sites. I would kind of hit the wall a lot. I was like, oh, there's no more good keywords out there. Everything's taken. Everyone's got all the good shit's been found, and it's just not true. It's just not true. There's still literally an unlimited supply of amazing keywords out there. It's just that you have to change the strategy. You have to think outside the box in order to find them. And everything that we do with keyword supremacy is to leverage thinking outside the box. And you don't even, that's the point, is like we'll show you how the tool thinks outside of the box for you. Right? You don't even, like, if you want to find weight loss keywords, we'll show you how to dig so deep and so laterally that you'll find a ton. You shouldn't be targeting weight loss. You should be targeting weight loss for men over 40 with black pants. Like, that's a bad example because it has no volume, but that's the kind of idea. And those are the keywords, with like maybe 500 to 2,000 searches a month that you're going to target for, but you're going to still be targeting, you're in the weight loss niche. You're just getting really oddball keywords and targeting for those so that you can grow your traffic. As your traffic grows, you rank for higher, harder stuff, and it works that way. Bill says, sorry, I missed your intro. Where can I find your past webinars? Get an account at supremacy.digital. It is free, and we built it because we have a lot of software products. We needed a single place where people could find everything, regardless of whether they owned it or not. So supremacy.digital, sign up for free. Once you're signed up, go into the members area and go into the replay webinars area. And that's where all the replays for all of our webinars are. I also updated the forum. I sent an email out about it, guys. We had a forum that was kind of shitty. There was a few comments in there, but the functionality of it was kind of shitty. So I went in search of a better forum software and found one and implemented it, and sent out an email about it. So now we have a forum in the members area where you can talk about, just generally chat or talk about specific products we own, or talk about different strategies like SEO, paid traffic, social marketing, WordPress. I kind of want this to get big, and the reason why, it was kind of in my email. When I started learning SEO, guys, I was in Bring the Fresh with Kelly Felix, and I used the forum a lot. I learned a lot by asking questions in the forum because I was a complete beginner. And then when I started getting good at stuff, I would report, my findings, or I'd report case studies in the forum. So I was always a very active participant in the BTF forum. And what ended up happening is I got the attention of Kelly Felix. Like, I always knew who he was, the rich jerk, but he ran Bring the Fresh, and I was posting so much in there, and especially by posting results of what I was doing, I got the attention of Kelly Felix, and we became friends. Like, so much to the point that when he released Rich Jerk 2.0, he asked me to contribute some of my findings into Rich Jerk 2.0, and then we actually became friends. So my wife and I are friends with Kelly and his wife and his family, and when we are in the same town together, we get together, go for dinner, go gamble. It's just a really more intimate approach to your community and Supremacy Digital in a forum than it is on Facebook. I've never found that intimacy in any groups on Facebook. There's typically a lot of people and a lot of other distractions on Facebook that you can go see, but a forum is very focused. This is us, this is our crew, we're doing what we're doing. I just prefer the forum feel to the Facebook page or group feel. We still have that, but I really wanted to have the forum feel back, just because I'm kind of nostalgic about my days in Bring the Fresh and what that forum did for me. So we updated the forum is the point, and hopefully you guys use it. Dorn, what is SEO? It's an acronym. It stands for Search Engine Optimization, and I know you know what that means. I think you know what that means. I know you. Alex says, thanks for sharing your story. No problem. Walt says, great. Look forward to hearing more about your rank and rent efforts and results. Definitely in the members area, Walt, go and read, actually both. There's two courses in there. This one, the rank and rent one, was the first one I ever put out, and it was specifically like, if I access this course, it was specifically about A to Z rank and rent, like how I even found the keyword, how I even found the niche, how I built the site, what plugins I used, how I backlinked it, like got it to ranking. This guide, how to make $1,000 a month simply by practicing your SEO skills. This explains kind of the rank and rent methodologies, but the nice part is that I actually built the site as I was writing the guide, and the site that I built was Pool Resurfacing Phoenix, right? And it's a quick read, but the funny thing about it is I still rank, like, depending on where you are, that site is still, it's like 5 years old or something, and it's still the #1 ranking site for me, at least, in Google for that keyword. And that keyword is really, like, pool resurfacing is expensive. It's an expensive service, and I still get calls on this website. They don't go anywhere. I have it hooked up through call service, call tracking metrics, or call rail. It still gets calls. Every spring, especially when people in Phoenix want to go and fix up their pools, it still gets calls. I never rented it out because I used it as a live guide, but I don't know, nothing bad ever happened to it, and I'm so surprised about that. Maybe you guys are just super cool and appreciative, so nobody really messed around with it. But yeah, it still gets calls, and that guide is 100% about how that site was, conceptualized, built, and ranked. It's really good. The other course that you should go through as well is that 8-week local training, because the same thing. It was another live example of a live site, just a little bit different of a training, but another case study example, plus a lot more about PBNs and just some cool stuff. We had Derek Wazia come on and teach about some pretty advanced stuff. So it's really, really cool. It's more video based. This one's a reading. You can see that's why it has a little icon of a note, and this one has the icon of a play. This is a video-based course, but it's for spray foam insulation Edmonton. And that site, I believe, is still doing fairly well. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Rob. Well, it's falling now, but we got that up to #1. Walt says, do you have any must-have plugins for your money sites? Well, Project Supremacy v3. Like, that is now the first plugin I install on WordPress every time, obviously. And I'm not saying that because it's mine, okay, and that I want to sell it. I'm saying that because it's so useful. It's literally got so many, functions of other things that I've done. All the features and stuff of V3, a lot of them come from like me saying, this is how I do things. I need this in my own software, like kind of a labor of love with that software. But it literally replaces like 5 or 10 other plugins that we used to use. And that development and idealism is still growing in V3, like the 404 and 301 monitor. That's coming from a need, right, of looking at PBNs and being like, I need to recreate PBNs in a better way. I don't want to just build out the site. But if I do want to build out the site, well, I need a 404 monitor to see where the live traffic's coming from. I need tools like Ahrefs to see what pages we're having backlinks. So we built those into V3. And then the project planner, for instance, the reason why V3 is so important to me is the project planner. Like, I don't do SEO on any of my sites outside of the project planner, because it's a single place to optimize every post and page on your site. So I no longer optimize without this tool. It's just how I do things, right? And that's similar to that spreadsheet I showed you. Well, that's literally what this is. And the reason I like it is because, I don't like optimizing page by page by visiting the page and optimizing. I like pulling all my pages into one dashboard and optimizing my title, URL, description, and H1s right here, plus knowing what keywords that I'm targeting for this particular page, the volume, the CPC, plus a little bit of competition data, and even the ranking, right? I do it all in one place. So I mean, it's the must-have, and I know that is obviously a conflict of interest for me to say that, but I believe it. I believe everybody should have PSV3 on their sites. They should be using the project manager. They should be using the link manager. That's another big one that I use, more so on Supremacy sites, because we can create branded pretty links to use as short codes on the blog or external links off the blog. So, I mean, there's just so many features of V3 that I use that are just crazy good and getting better. So this one, I love the link manager, and it is going to get better. You know, we track links, like, so for CSS Hero, I can create an affiliate link for CSS Hero, but when I shared the affiliate link with people, I use our masked URL. So it's v3.projectsupremacy.go !go equals CSS Hero. That's my affiliate link that I use instead, because I can track it. It's pretty. It still loads Open Graph on social media. I mean, that's just one aspect of the plugin. There's so many other ones. What's the pricing on Keyword Supremacy? We never reveal price without showing the tool. It's just something we do. So you'll have to come on the webinar, but it's going to be the best price that we'll ever offer. I'll say that. Doran says rule number 1 of marketing your shit. Love it. Yeah, well, we market our shit, but we try to build good shit. So yeah, we market our shit. Walt says, any recommendations for managed WordPress hosting? There's all kinds of them. SiteGround, I hear a lot, is pretty good. Just type that in, managed WP hosting. You can go to Matt Diggity's site. He has a bunch of good ones too. I don't really worry too much about managed WordPress hosting. Maybe that's a mistake of mine, but I host all over the place. Is there a different link to buy PSV3 after the 14-day trial? It's actually in your members area, Greg, in the app. So the 14-day free trial, I want to be specific about that. I may not have done a good job of explaining it on the actual sales page. The tool is free for 50 sites. The 14-day free trial are the pro features. Okay, we give you all the pro features free for 14 days. Basically, the pro features, I don't want to explain it too much. Like, it's on the site, it'll tell you if you go to manage 50 sites free. Those are always going to be free. So the SEO aspect of things and the WordPress management aspect of things is going to be free for 50 sites forever. I do want to also say, if you're on the free trial version or the forever free version, we do have to make that monetized somehow. So we do put a link in your footer of your sites that you install it on that links back to Project Supremacy to build our brand. We don't do anything sneaky like, link to affiliate sites or anything like that. All the links link back to projectsupremacy.com. Once you buy a paid version, those links are automatically removed. And to upgrade, you just have to log into your app. I'm trying to show this shit, but I'm all over the place. Yeah, you'll see it. My view is different than your view as a free trial user, but you'll see a countdown timer with your 14-day free trial, and then you'll see another tab that says want more power, and that's to upgrade. Okay, I'm at the end of the questions again. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, Greg, want more power. Maybe we'll change the text of that. Want more power is kind of stupid. Upgrade your account or so, I don't know. Greg says, are the amplifier links PBN okay to not answer? No, they're not PBN links. Amplifier links are based on, what do you call them? Like the press cable releases, like the outreach links. They do a lot more than just what the press cable did. They have a massive content syndication network, but they're definitely not PBN links. They're more like authority profile links and social links and stuff like that. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you about 1 more minute to ask more questions, and then if that's going to be it, we'll end the webinar. Will Amplifier remove the need to buy PBNs? They're different strategies. It's just like, you know, does buying a hammer or does buying an air gun remove the need to have a hammer? They both hammer nails. One does it with air power and one does it with arm power, but sometimes you don't want to haul an air compressor onto your roof to hammer shingles. They prefer, you know, roofing hammers. PBNs are just a different strategy. They're both building links to your site and authorities. So no, to answer your question, no, I wouldn't say Amplifier will remove the need to buy PBNs. Because sometimes you just need a PBN to get the job done, and sometimes you don't. So they're just different strategies. Yeah, it is. It's a great head start, to be honest, Greg. Like, honestly, it's an amazing, like, for new sites, for clients, it's a very, very good way to start off a site. And start getting some social signals and start getting some authority pushed in. Yeah, Amplifier was like, it was an expensive product for a reason. It's a great product. What's the best place to buy PBNs? Go into the, we cover that in the rank and rent method in Supremacy Digital in the members area. Go to the course for rank and rent, and then go to the section where I talk about backlinking pool resurfacing Phoenix. Yeah, I'm not selling PBNs anymore. A lot of things that I used to do, guys, I no longer do, like I said, because I put, you know, almost all my time and effort, well, pretty much all my time and effort into software development. But there's more to it than just software development, because there's things like this, right? Like building Supremacy Digital and organizing and all our content for you guys. This isn't really software, it's a website, but I felt like it was needed. Just a single place to get access to all of our webinars for all of our products, so that you can learn about everything that we teach. Rank with PBN links, step 8, we talk about that. Yeah, so it's more than software development. It's running these webinars, the Q&A webinars, to support you guys that way. Putting up the replays, sending out emails. I mean, there's so many things that I do that I don't have time for some of those other things that I used to do. And I don't like I could do those things again, but I would need to hire people. And I've been honestly it's hard for me to hire people, because I like things done in a certain way, and it takes time for me to train people, which takes away time from everything else I do. So I need more VAs. I need VAs. I need to like bite the bullet and just go get some VAs, like free up some of my time. Just trust that they'll do a good job. I mean, anybody that's massive in this industry has the people to support what they do. Even our software company, it's not like just me and Todd. We actually have a team, you know, that behind us helping us do shit. You can read about that team if you go to supremacydigital.com. supremacy.digital/about. That's our team right now. There's me and Todd at the top of the pyramid, and then our developing team and our support team and our content writing team, and software partnerships, and a lot of people. That's just to support the software end of the business. Never mind the little network of sites that I have and shit. What salary do I offer? Depends on skill level, obviously. I guess I'm going to call that the end of the webinar, guys, since there's no real more questions about anything. So yeah, thanks for coming on. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. Remember, we'll be mailing you guys about Thursday and sending out Facebook Messenger notifications for that webinar on Thursday. Yes, it is going to be a sales webinar. We're going to offer you keyword supremacy, but it's going to be a great deal. Or if you guys don't like that deal, you can always wait for launch to get keyword supremacy. I'm just letting you know that up front so that you're not like sidewinded, but you're going to learn a lot about keyword research as well. And we're going to find a lot of keywords on that webinar, because I'm going to base it on, attendee participation, where I'm going to say, look, pick a niche. I'm going to show you how to use this feature of the tool to find baller keywords. So it's going to be a pretty fun webinar too, and you'll learn a lot about keyword supremacy, the upgrades, and how to do keyword research using that tool to really just go out there and find killer things. And then I might even go into like how to bring those into Project Supremacy Project Planner, because that's a really important part too. So yeah, that's about it. So thanks guys for coming on, and we'll get the replay up as soon as possible, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Remember, Keyword Supremacy webinar.